Ever watched a player and thought, how is that even working? Their shot looks strange, their moves aren't smooth, but they're still winning. Some NBA stars didn't play the usual way. They didn't care about looking perfect, they just got results. These 7 players had styles that were weird, wild, and different, but that's what made them special. In a world full of polished basketball, they brought something no one saw coming. If you enjoy crazy stories and players who broke the rules in their way, you'll love this. So if you're having fun already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your basketball-loving friends. 1. Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin didn't shoot the basketball like most NBA players. His form looked strange. He leaned to the side, pushed the ball from his chest, and barely jumped. At first, it looked like something was wrong, but then you check the stats and realize he was excellent. Kevin could score a lot of points without making much noise. He averaged over 20 points per game several times and shot almost 39% from the three-point line. In 2013 with the Thunder, he even made 43% of his threes. His shot didn't look refined, but it was super quick and very effective. Kevin wasn't trying to be famous or flashy. He just wanted to help his team and put the ball in the basket, and that's exactly what he did. His style was different, but it worked. Kevin Martin is proof that in basketball, it doesn't matter how it looks, as long as it goes in. 2. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. When we talk about unorthodox NBA stars, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist fits right in.
The second pick in the 2012 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
He was picked 2nd overall in 2012 and came into the league with big hype.
MKG can win games for you. He can defend, he can rebound, he can get to the basket. He's wily, he's tough. There's just some mentality I like about him. He's just a winner.
On defense, he was a beast, fast, tough, and never gave up. But his jump shot, that was something else. It looked awkward, like his body didn't agree on how to shoot the ball. His shoulders twisted, the release was late, and it just didn't flow. No matter how hard he worked with coaches, the shot never really clicked. In a league where shooting is everything, that made things tough. But what made MKG special was his heart. He played intensity, locked down top players, and gave it everything every night. His career didn't last super long, just 8 seasons. But fans remember how effort he fought. He may not have become a superstar, but he's a reminder that sometimes effort and hustle can shine just as bright, even with a shot that breaks all the rules. 3. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman wasn't just an NBA player, he was an experience. At 6 feet 7 inches, he was considered undersized for a dominant rebounder, but he turned that into an advantage by outworking everyone on the court. Rodman won 7 consecutive rebounding titles, often grabbing 15 to 18 boards a night while barely scoring a point. His rebounding was more science than chance. He obsessively studied shot trajectories and players' tendencies, putting himself in the perfect position every time. But Rodman's court wasn't just about numbers, it was pure chaos wrapped in brilliance. He dove for loose balls, hounded elite scorers, and made defense look like an art form. Off the court, his dyed hair, piercings, and unpredictable behavior made headlines just as often as his stats. Yet despite the eccentric persona, his teammates trusted him when it mattered most, especially during the Chicago Bulls' second three-peat. Rodman's unorthodox mix of grit, genius, and madness made him one of the NBA's most unforgettable characters. 4. Shawn Marion. Shawn Marion looked like he was breaking the laws of physics every time he stepped on the court. His shot was awkward, more like a chest pass fling than a jumper, but somehow it went in. A lot. Defenders couldn't predict it. Coaches couldn't replicate it. And yet, Marion scored over 17,000 career points, made 4 All-Star teams, and was a crucial piece in the Mavericks' 2011 championship run. What made him truly unusual wasn't just his shot, it was everything. He could guard all 5 positions, fly in from nowhere for putback dunks, and block shots like a center.
Marion, for 3. Marion's been feeling it lately on. Jones on the dribble drive, leads to the corner, a Shawn Marion 3-point.
At 6 feet 7 inches, he wasn't built like a rim protector, but he moved like he was built in a lab. That's why they called him the Matrix. His approach didn't follow the rules, it rewrote them. While others relied on textbook mechanics, Marion relied on instincts, timing, and endless energy. He wasn't flashy, he was just flat out effective and totally one of a kind. 5. Manu Ginobili. Watching Manu Ginobili play was like watching controlled unpredictability, spinning, slashing, flopping, and somehow always ending with a dagger pass or clutch bucket. Nothing about his style screamed NBA fundamentals, but that's what made him magic. He played with a wild, unpredictable rhythm that defenders couldn't read. 1 second, he's launching a no-look bullet pass. The next, he's Euro-stepping past 3 defenders like he's dancing through rush hour traffic. And yes, that famous Euro-step. Manu didn't invent it, but he owned it in the NBA. A second-round pick from Argentina, Ginobili shattered every expectation. He wasn't just flashy, he was deceptively brilliant. He won 4 NBA titles, made huge international waves with Argentina's gold medal in 2004, and earned respect as one of the smartest and gutsiest sixth men ever. He'd dive headfirst into passing lanes, bait superstars into charges, or pull up off balance from deep. Always unpredictable, always gutsy, always clutch. Manu didn't tame the chaos. He commanded it, and turned it into a work of genius. 6. Rajon Rondo. Watching Rajon Rondo run an offense felt like watching a magician with a basketball. He wasn't the guy blowing past defenders or draining threes from deep. Nope, Rondo's approach was all about the brain. He saw plays develop before anyone else even knew what was happening. 1 second, he's casually walking the ball up the court, and the next, he's firing a behind-the-back dime through traffic that leaves defenders frozen. His passes weren't just loud, they were surgical. With those oversized hands and laser vision, he controlled the flow like a puppeteer. Coaches say he had a photographic memory. He remembered opponent playbooks better than they did. In 2008, he helped the Celtics win a ring with his mind, not his shot. And in 2020, he did it again with the Lakers. Because Rondo in the playoffs? Different beast. He didn't care about scoring. He cared about breaking you down, piece by piece, like a living, breathing cheat code. Rondo didn't just play the game, he solved it. 7. Joakim Noah. Joakim Noah didn't care if his game looked funky, as long as it worked. And man, his jump shot was something else. Every time he shot the ball, it looked like he was throwing it with his elbows sticking out, almost like he was trying to launch a heavy object instead of a basketball. But Joakim wasn't worried about looking smooth. He was all about effort, energy, and heart. He dove for loose balls, defended like his life depended on it, and brought crazy intensity every night. Yeah, fans laughed at his awkward shooting form, especially during free throws, but no one questioned how hard he played.
It's about rings.
No, with the step and stuff. The Defensive Player of the Year award trophy to Joakim Noah.
He became a 2-time All-Star and even won Defensive Player of the Year in 2014. Joakim showed us you don't need a pretty game to succeed. In a league full of polished shooters and flashy moves, he stood out by just being himself, and that made him unforgettable. Let's be real, these guys didn't play the game like everyone else, and that's exactly why we remember them. Joakim Noah had that wild-looking jumper, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist's shot looked off from day one, and Kevin Martin somehow scored buckets with one of the weirdest forms ever, but they made it to the top and played with serious heart. Their styles weren't pretty, but they worked hard, stayed tough, and made their mark. It just goes to show, there's no perfect way to play basketball. Being different can still get you far. So, who's your favorite unorthodox player? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like these.